How does it feel to be up 3-0? No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the finals. How does that feel?
Don't even say it, man.
You got a little rest there to start the fourth quarter. Kyrie was cooking at that point. What are you thinking as you're watching that?
I got rest?
Early in the fourth.
Oh, yeah. About 2 minutes?
Right, where Kyrie scored like 7 points.
Me and Kai have the ball. Everybody contribute. PJ with a big three, Gafford with a big and one. So everybody that was on the floor did amazing.
You get a chance to see your competitors' emotions. You get to see what they're made of. You get to see the plays that they run in the clutch, and it's just a chess match. Down the stretch, that's where we make our money, man. Since All-Star break, we've been up there with some of the top teams in the league. We're finishing clutch games. We have a great clutch record. So I think we have that poised now. And
how many he scored in the fourth?
12.
Felt like 20.
To their spots, they were able to rise up and, they're great players. Great, they're just beating us one-on-one at the moment. When we committed multiple guys to them in the first half, we, bled from the three-point line.
How much have you learned from him just going through these playoffs and the way he performs in these games and throughout this partnership you've formed?
A lot. Right now we were winning by 9, the last possession. I told him I'm tired shit. And he told me that's the way it's supposed to be, And he brought that calmness to our team, to me, the maturity, positive energy always. So just a blessing having him on our team.
He's been with great players. He doesn't mind being second or 1B. You just don't find that a lot of times in this league.
You said a 1B?
A 1B. Okay. Well, is that a role you've always been comfortable accepting, or is experience, age, all you've gone through made fitting into this role a little bit easier?
Ever since I was young, I've always felt like I'm one of the best in the world because I'm able to play with other great players. I don't ask for the ball, I don't demand it. I will play defense. I will do all the other things that don't show up in the stat sheet, and that's always what I've wanted to be remembered as. Everything else that people have thrown on my career has been up to them and what they've seen, and I have to take that. I have to take that fair criticism. But how I feel as a person when I go out there is a confident MFer that will play with the best of the world. I don't care who's out there.
He loves Dallas. He loves this group.
I'm enjoying the hot weather right now. I'm enjoying the Dallas community and the fans here. And we talked about this early in the season, just how much I felt embraced. But I think it's going a little deeper than that. It's really helped me grow as a human being and find my peace out here. It's good to breathe fresh air, get outside. It's seasonal depression is real when you're growing up north. I spent 12 years in the Eastern Conference, in 3 cold cities that deal with 4 seasons. So you come out here and you're able to get outside and ground yourself a little bit more and spend some time with your family, watch your kids run outside, and wife's happy. They know what they say about a happy wife. Happy life. You guys get home safe. Enjoy Dallas.
He's mentoring the younger guys of what it means to be a pro. So, there's a debate out there. Is this the best backcourt in NBA history? It's kind of cool.
Who said that?
It's a lot of talk about that. It's a lot of talk that you and Luka possibly the greatest backcourt in NBA history.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything if we don't win a ring together, I say that very responsibly too. Not saying that we aren't great now, but there are other backcourts that are more deserving right now for that recognition. And I think once we put a good run together and we could look back on it and reflect on it, then that'll be our time. But right now I want to show a lot of respect to the guys that have come before us and have actually did it. And our time will come.
I've been in that seat before, and the coach trusted that I was going to do the right thing.
We actually hoop against each other. We play. Not a lot of teams still practice hard, so I think we're very old school in our mentality, and we're led by Jason Kidd. He reminds us that, the older eras that came before you, man, just go study them. Go watch them. Go study some of the greatest to play, and not the greatest to ever score, but the greatest to play games. The Robert Ory's, the Scottie Pippens of the world. Go study some of the guys that don't get recognized.
My job is to inform them what I see and try to put those guys in a position to be successful. But they do the heavy lifting. I get to sit there and watch.
Again, I thought it was our offense that broke down more than anything. You got to try to score alongside of them. And we were, the whole series, we've struggled to close games. These 3-minute games that we're playing, we're losing them. And, it starts with a kind of a mental breakdown on a left corner 3 by Washington when the game's tied, and that gives them just enough breathing room. Then we didn't execute very well. We didn't find the open guy very well down the stretch. And when we had open looks, they were nowhere near going in. So it's been the story of the series.
Denver series, the Phoenix series, we was making all the shots. So it's harder to do what you do when we knocking them down. But when we're not knocking them down, it's easier to crowd the paint. I was getting to the rim today, and it was just like 4 people in there. So they make it tough, man. They did a great job. Shout out to them.
Do you feel like you had the same burst in the fourth that you did in the third?
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like leaders are chosen sometimes, but leaders emerge out of the group too. And when you get that role, or people start calling you a great leader or start asking you about leadership, you got to understand that when you're in that position, failure is going to be part of it. Making mistakes is going to be part of it. And, almost like embarrassment is part of it too, because sometimes you're going to get it right and sometimes you're going to get it completely wrong. So I think I've come to a place in my life where I've just accepted it. This is what comes with it. The thing that I always think about when I am leading the guys with some of the other leaders on the team is just protecting them and allowing them to fail too, and feel what pain feels like too. So I think all these words that we're throwing out are just words, but when you're in the middle of it and you got to figure it out, and you don't have it all figured out, that's when you're made, right there. So it feels good that I have the support system, though. I'm not doing this alone. It's never a lonely job. I used to think leadership was just about me, and taking on the brunt of all the responsibility. No, that's not even close to it. You got good people around, good family, good friends, and they love you unconditionally. Anything's possible in this world.